Hi, I'm Helga Jensdottir, EFT practitioner and rapid transformational therapist. I'm here to show you how to use EFT. This is an introduction for those who've never used EFT or very seldom, so they don't really know what it's all about. And EFT is a probably 50-year-old method that you can use to ease physical stress, physical pain, ideas that are bothering you. It's a way to calm the nervous system in a very easy manner. Kids down to 8 years old can learn how to use EFT, even younger. I've seen much younger kids use EFT with really great benefits because it gives them the power to manage their own internal turmoil and stress, and so can you. So EFT stands for Emotional Freedom Techniques, and it's sometimes called tapping. You can Google it. You're going to find videos all over the internet that are showing you how to use the EFT. There's an EFT summit every year, even online, that the world's leading EFT practitioners and therapists are showing up absolutely to help you overcome all kinds of mindset and physical issues. Doctors and um, social workers and nurses and people in the medical industry use EFT also more and more. So let's just dive in. What it absolutely is a way to connect what you're thinking with what your body, how your body is responding. So we would kind of use EFT more or less for physical symptoms, for thought processes, for anxiety, depression. It doesn't really matter, but it's very good to be able to locate what it is actually that I'm going to work on first before we begin. Now, EFT looks a bit silly, it looks a bit weird actually. You're going to use two fingers to be tapping on certain points that are located near the energy meridians of the body. So, if you're familiar with energy medicine at all, we are a constant flow of nervous activity. Everything we think has energy to it. And when we, as children, sometimes get into a situation where we get a jolt of kind of nervous, we get fear in our body, in our system. It's like taking a screwdriver and putting into the back of an electrical equipment. You're going to see a buzzing on the screen of that piece of equipment, like an old TV set. If you were to take a screwdriver into the wiring in the back, you would see some weird activity going on the front. And that's kind of how I like to explain EFT. When you get a scare when you're a child, or any time in your life, somebody really gives you a fright or a scare, you get some news outside of you, inside of you, you feel something going on within your system. Your brain registers this and it remembers. So 20 years down the line, you get into a similar setting and you hear the same noise or get the same kind of scare, your mind instantly brings up that time when you had a similar scare. And I'm sure many of you have experienced this. So we could take that scare and the physical symptoms you get as you feel that scare, and we could do EFT on those. So the basic setup of EFT is 3 times to get into the kind of back door of your mind. 3 times say a sentence that is kind of the opposite of what's going on. So if you have that jolt in your body, let's say you get that fright and that scare, every time you get that scare, what happens is you jump a little bit, you get a cold sweat, and let's say we're going to work on that. So you would use what's called the carotid chop point. It's right here, and you just take the fingers of your other hand, doesn't matter which one, and you would say, even though I break out into this cold sweat when I hear that noise, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. This is kind of giving your brain the idea that we're going to work on this physical reaction. I know it exists, but I'm going to do my best to work on it now. I'm ready for it. So you say this 3 times. Even though I have this physical experience when I hear that noise, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. And then we use these 2 points. And we would tap these points on our face that kind of look like a question mark. And then we end up down here on the collarbone and underneath the armpit here, approximately where the bra sits for a woman, if they're wearing a bra, that the bra would sit approximately where we're gonna tap. And these points, and then on the top of the head, it doesn't really matter which sequence you use them, but if you start here by saying 3 times the sentence, so you're just lightly pressing here while you're saying this, and then you go and you say this physical reaction. The physical reaction I get. The physical reaction I get, it scares me. It's uncomfortable, it scares me. I know it so well. It's been coming up for many years. This physical reaction. This is basically one round of EFT, and I encourage you just to take care of your own well-being. EFT can't harm you in any way, shape, or form, but you have to do it in a setting where you can kind of focus and you can focus on what you're feeling. And the tendency for people is that there are going to come up some difficult emotions as soon as you start poking that place in your body, kind of digging up those uncomfortable emotions. Just be aware and know that more stuff can come up. And then by all means, don't give up. Every physical sensation that comes up in your body, like an emotional response, it actually only lasts for about 90 seconds. It's like a roller coaster ride, but it can be very overwhelming. Just go ahead and keep on going. Even though I'm feeling this pain, I'm okay. I'm safe. It's good for me to actually let this out. I'm safe to let this out. It's okay to cry. I'm safe to cry. And just allow your body to really feel that you're doing something wonderful, beautiful for your body. If you don't feel anything at all while you're doing EFT, that's also okay. I can promise you that on a very deep, subtle, emotional, neurological level in your body is absolutely hearing what you're saying and feeling what you're feeling. Sometimes people need assistance to do the EFT. That's why I'm creating a few videos for you to just follow through and do what I do and learn little by little. The more videos you follow, the more you do this, the easier the process becomes. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me, but please do try this modality. It's been used worldwide for about 50 years at least. And if you Google EFT or emotional freedom techniques, you'll see what I mean. Loads of big names in the personal development industry use EFT even on a daily basis. I used it personally to completely clear depression and anxiety out of my life. It took me about a year, but I was learning as I was going along, and I did it daily, and I didn't really know what I was doing in the beginning. So if you want quicker results than that, I suggest that you go and find a practitioner to help you out. But you can definitely do this on your own. So please try it. If you have any questions, feel free to send me. I'm Helga Jensdottir, hypnotherapist, and you can find me both on Facebook and on LinkedIn.